Welcome everyone to the Phoenix Report. I'm Jack Connor. This is a very unique, very special episode. It's sort of an impromptu thing. I am here at Vertebreaker headquarters, aka Jarrett's house.
Hey.
I'm here with Jarrett, Rod, and Ryan, and we have a special guest with us. He is the owner and CEO and namesake of Marsh Productions. Chris Marsh is here. He came down here all the way from his home in Titusville. I've been talking to this guy for a couple weeks. He says he has an important announcement to make. I don't know what it is. He's been very cryptic with it, but he insisted that he wanted to make this announcement right here on our show. So I guess I turn it over to you, Chris. Chris Marsh, everybody.
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. I'll again, I don't want to hold you up any more than we already have. So you have.
Well, this wasn't like an emergency 911 kind of call, but it was. It's kind of like neat to come out here and actually experience the actual. Seeing you guys first off.
Right. No, I appreciate
I don't get to hang
that.
out too much with a band on a regular basis. So driving like a postman through rain, hail, sleet, or snow to be here. You guys have a great podcast going on, and
thank you, buddy.
I've seen you guys out in the local music scene a lot, and as you all know, most of you guys have been probably following some of the things that have been going on the Chris Marsh Productions page if you're following it on Facebook. But I know you guys are a part of this documentary that's going to be coming up pretty soon. Yes. Actually, for the last couple of weeks on the podcast, I've been promoting the Alikour Central Florida local rock documentary. Vertebreaker is one of the bands featured on there, along with Murderfly, Traverser, Mechanism, and Soul Switch. And we're honored to be a part of it. I had heard that you had gotten involved with Alikour, and that you're a partner on this project, so you had gotten more involved with it. Yeah, that's correct. Basically, we basically showed up in Orlando. I was hanging out with the guys in the band Murderfly, because I've been hanging out with those guys for a couple years. And just out of the blue, Al looked at me and goes, "Hey man, nobody's here to help me. You want to help out?" And I'm like, okay. I've done, if you've followed my career for the last 17 years in the local music scene, I've done everything from promotions by, the little flyers, to stamping CDs, to trying to book shows for a band, and just everything and anything. Recording, pushing road cases for my friends in Rising Up Angry, doing tours with those guys, and just getting the experience behind the scenes. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm here. Why don't I just help? And then before I left, he's like, "Dude, I'm just gonna put you on the crew. You're part of it. You're part of the documentary now." And I'm like, "Okay, I'll take it."
All right.
So now I'm actually officially a part of the. I love trying to say his name is Alikour documentary for the local music bands. Yeah.
Yes.
So we just did the band Mechanism last week,
mm-hmm.
and that went great. I actually have some actual photography lights I brought out, and you'd be surprised on how well lit the place looked. You guys did what room? I wasn't there for that one, unfortunately. Narnia?
Narnia.
Yeah, Narnia room. The Narnia room is awesome looking.
Right. By the way, I hope this audio is picking up and everything. It looks like it's coming in at a low volume, but I can always edit it. But it is recording. So yeah. So anyways, we were in the Narnia room. We did our interview segments, and that should be coming out sometime in the spring. But you had suggested to me over the last couple weeks that you had something to say about your own promotion business. About you had some plans for 2016.
Yeah.
You hadn't really told me or anyone else what it was, and like I said, you really wanted to get on my show, and you wanted to announce it that way. So
basically,
again, the floor is yours.
And like I said, the whole idea for me to be here tonight was to help promote the documentary itself on one level. Right now, I think within the next 2 weeks or so, we're hoping to have an official announcement on the venue, because we've had an issue in the past where we have venues, but unfortunately they change hands. And we're just trying to open up to some new areas.
By the way, as we record this, it is December 3rd, 2015. So just so we have it, just to put this all in context, I'm not sure when exactly this is going to go up and when this is going to post and all that, but just for the record.
The actual, hopefully, documentary was supposed to, the show for the documentary with all the bands on it was supposed to be the end of January. But due to some unfortunate scheduling circumstances and issues and possible venue location issues, we've had to push it back a little bit. But as of right now, I think we just got one more band to record, and that's it. And then it goes into final press and then packaging, and then we do our little thing. In regards to my announcement tonight, I'm proud to announce that Team CMP is actually grown by one more person. If anybody out there knows the band Breathing Theory, which the good thing is they're actually going to be on that's the second documentary.
Yes, that's big news. Breathing Theory will be on the next.
Do you know the young man named Colin?
I do know the young man named Colin. Colin Morrison. They're one of their guitarists. One half of their excellent guitar duo.
Do you know his young lady, Miss Sarah?
I do.
Well, yeah, I would like to say thank you to Miss Sarah, because we are officially business partners as of about 3 days ago.
Nice.
I did see you make a post on Facebook about that this morning, and I figured that whatever your announcement was going to be, it had to do with that. So I had a feeling you were doing something with your promotions company. I wasn't exactly sure what it was.
It's been 5 years of just me. It's a lot of work. You know, when you do a show, like let's just say you guys done 2 shows this year, like you guys did Space Coast Metal Fest and you also did Mayfest. For me, as an individual, to do a show of that magnitude, it takes 4 months of hard work as me. I have to go get sponsors, book the show, do this, do that. Now I have somebody to actually help me. You know, we think alike, we talk alike, we can finish other sentences. She's an amazing business partner, and we have a lot of things coming up that we haven't really actually had a chance to talk to about yet. But since we're talking about it now, I have, as you guys are doing tonight, a podcast.
Oh.
Okay. What I'm going to be doing is a little bit different, as more of a face-to-face via webcam. Basically, you can get on what we're going to call the Zoom.us. It's an app that you can get on your phone, internet, and probably once a month I'm going to probably do a 30-minute interactive with other bands, talking about local music things, any questions, things that you guys aren't doing. You need some help in promotions, and you have some questions. Well, once a month we do a little Zoom call.
Interesting. And there's going to be a video element to that, to your podcast?
We haven't really gotten that far yet. Right now it's just going to be like a one-on-one. The band doesn't have to be together. You guys can be in like 9 different areas of the country.
Right.
And the thing is you just by holding your cell phone, you can be on an actual web call with me.
That reminds me of like kind of what I've done with other guests. I've usually done it via Skype.
Yeah.
And especially the ones that I can't be around face to face.
It's kind of like a Windows Live Messenger, but a little more up to date, because it's something to me. I have a lot of people who constantly keep asking me questions through my Chris Marsh Productions page, or they're trying to text me or call me, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you just get your questions together, and once a month we'll go around the room. I'm already doing my actual video blogs, like once a month. I do have probably one more, just to go ahead and make sure I do announce, to the world who Sarah is, what she looks like, because a lot of people don't know yet who she is yet.
Right. Now, you mentioned Sarah would be brought on as a business partner.
Yes.
What exactly will her role be in that? Like, what will she be doing?
Basically, just assisting me on actually probably making the contacts, helping with the sponsors. Basically what I already do, but if I'm at work on my regular job, she'll be able to take care of it for me.
And how do you think this is going to affect your business by having one more person involved? Do you think you'll be able to expand that a little bit more, or?
Well, if you think about this, everybody here today, I know 100 people that you don't know.
That's true.
And she has her own business on the side, and she's got people that she knows that I don't know. And we're basically going to try to work as a team, because if you work as a team, you get more accomplished. And to me, I've always worked great as a team, but when you're working individually, it's a hard road. It really is. It's a struggle, and I just can't do it anymore as just me.
Gotcha. You would imply that there was going to be some big plans going forward for 2016. Is there anything you can reveal at this point as far as a couple things that CMP has planned?
My current ideas, I think I've told a few people, is I do want to do a large festival of sorts, bigger than Mayfest itself, and Mayfest is a big festival, but I want to do it on a bigger scale. I want to do it outside, kind of in a park, but I can't do that alone either.
Right.
So, as you know, there are some other promoters in the area. You've talked with James Crimps.
Yes, we have.
You also know Chris Sherry.
Absolutely.
And then there's a few others that are kind of on, people don't know who they are, and even I'm still looking at it.
Right.
But I'm basically going to be getting with those individuals, and in hopes before the end of the year have something large planned.
Right. Now, I mean, obviously, I mean, I don't want you to jinx it necessarily by saying all this stuff that we're going to do this.
Well,
and
basically,
this
the idea is just to have it as a concept and see where we can go from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I think as long as I mean, obviously you seem to be very realistic about that. You seem to be, this is what we would like to do, instead of just coming out right again saying we're going to do this and we're going to have this and that. And I appreciate that you're not necessarily.
I try not to hide anything.
Hyperbole.
Yeah.
And trying to hype stuff up. We actually had a similar experience with that a year ago. I'm not going to name any names, but there were some other promoters who promised us things and had big ideas, but nothing ever came of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
did I get a phone call from that one? Was that one?
I plead the fifth on that one. Again, I'm not going to name any names. Everyone in this room knows who we're talking about, but that's neither here nor there.
But see, and that's in regards to what I do. It's really cool when you're actually doing your job or doing your work, and somebody calls you out of the blue and say, "Hey, Chris, we need your help." That's to me, that's a lot. That shows a lot of respect for the actual local music scene.
Right. And you certainly have a sort of a name value in the area. People have worked with you a lot, and it's taken you time to build up that reputation, and you've done that by delivering great shows consistently. So I don't
overpromise or underdeliver. I try to do what I can for who I can when I can, as much as I can.
I mean, and that's really all anyone can ask for you. But so it might be a possible outdoor festival going on, and is there anything on a smaller scale, like building up to that, or any like smaller club shows, any like out of town acts you're eyeing, or
as of right now, my main focus is to still assist with this documentary. As far as Mayfest, that's still in the books for May. Mm-hmm. As far as bands right now, nothing's been announced yet because we don't really work on that till January.
Right.
Because that's just we just kind of give it a delay of time. Everybody wants to get through the holidays, get through the New Year's, settle down, get back into things. So we'll be kicking that off probably into January, early February.
Very cool.
And that's the other thing is we are going to try to start bringing some national acts to the Mayfest location.
Excellent.
So that was kind of another little pop for 2016. Was we want to take things to the next level. There are some great local talent out there. I mean I can't make a list right now. I would love to, but I want to do it to the next level. Everything has like a staircase effect to me. You always start at the bottom, and before you know it, you make your way to the top. I've been working behind the scenes on so many shows in the past where I've worked with national touring bands, with other local bands, and it's a great feeling, but it's not my show.
Right.
I want it to be one day where I can say that was my show. Mm-hmm. And just to kind of put a little side note on it. You have a birth date, let's just say 1972, and it's like your gravestone. There's a dash, and then there's the day of your death. That dash is your legacy. It's an impact on your life. When people talk about Chris Marsh Productions in the future, and I'm gone, I want them to go, man, I went to that one show he did over in Melbourne, or he did this show over here, I want people to talk. I don't want them to just go, put some sand on my grave and then go eat some potato salad and walk away. I want to leave a mark.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm here for. I've seen promoters come and go, and I hate to say this, but bands come and go too. It's part of the local music scene. People have kids, family, work. It happens, and I'm still here.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that definitely shows a lot of commitment towards local music, and obviously wanting to be involved. Like you said, you want that to be part of your legacy, and that obviously is a driving factor for you. Getting back to the documentary for a second there, your role in that, I know you would. I know Al was looking for different investors, different guys to sort of co-produce it with, just to raise finances. Beyond being a contributor in that sense, have you been involved with the actual like production aspect of it, or the promotions, or what effect on
what effect am I having on the production? What am I going to be doing in the documentary?
I guess okay. If you could sum up what your role is right now with the team.
Basically, with Al doing what he does, he's actually doing the recording part of it.
Mm-hmm.
But to actually put that recording to the stage, there needs to be somebody in there that knows what they're doing when it comes to, let's just say we do a show at this location. Somebody's going to have to set that up. That's me. but we're going to work together as a team.
You're talking about the premiere part.
The actual show itself is what I'm going to be involved in, but I'm actually working behind the scenes as well to help work with him, not only just the recording production part, but the actual stage production part of it too. So when it comes to the venue, I'm going to be the actual go-to guy on that as well.
You know, that's one of those things. I don't think it's, I mean, the bands all certainly know this, but I don't think the general public knows about it as well. There will be a documentary release party for this thing featuring us and all the other bands on there as well on one show. We don't know exactly when or where this will be. A couple of venues have been thrown around. We can't really confirm anything yet.
Or deny.
Yeah. We can't confirm or deny anything yet. I'm guessing the Amway Center will not be it, but
they'd cost too much.
Yeah, probably that might be a little bit
a couple bucks.
Might be a little bit above our pay grade, but that
next one.
But yeah, no, I mean that is something that's in the works. I guess we can safely say you heard it here first, folks. That I mean, it will happen. We don't know the details of it yet, but that is the
that's my job to find out.
That's the event that you're referring to. So that's really exciting stuff.
So when basically all 5 bands come to the actual show, it'll be through me. As far as I'll be making the phone call, or Al, or Sarah. It'll be at least all 3 of us be working together as a team to get this promoted properly. You guys were probably made aware of the actual promotional value and size this is going to have.
Right.
So basically with me being involved, I know WJRR with Super Dave's going to be doing his thing through the iHeartRadio and the production work on that. We have some other media outlets as well. We got Metal Zone Radio down the road and a few other ideas and locations. So the actual impact this is going to have on the local music scene is going to be pretty big, but when it goes to actual press and actually the DVD being sold on Amazon, that's global. So is iHeart. So
well, yeah.
I mean, if you just think about it, just the massive scale that this is going to hit, it's not just going to be just Orlando.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's an exciting thing, and we've been talking about that with Al from the beginning, and how far they want to take this, and hopefully it'll kind of help put our area on the map. It's definitely going to be a tough hill to climb because we're talking about on a national, international level, whatever it might be. But because there's so much content out there, but again, you have to put yourself out there to even have a chance, and that's what we're doing.
You have to think positive about it. You never know who's going to watch that DVD.
Yeah.
You never know who's going to be listening in. That's the thing I always talk about is there's a positive in everything that you do in this world. Something or someone is listening or watching somewhere.
And it's like that old saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah.
So
that's a big Michael Jordan thing, I believe.
Was that Michael Jordan who made that? But it's a great quote.
Yeah.
Guys, do you have any questions for Chris? Feel free to move in a little bit closer.
I'm scared.
Jarrett,
I want to say that I'm excited that Chris is on here. I haven't talked with Chris much. I haven't gotten to know Chris very much.
Yeah.
This is the second time we met, but yeah, he's in my house. And, I'm excited though that Chris is on this bill with Al and that they've gotten together because the very few shows that I've been on with Chris have actually had a good turnout and a positive experience for the band and for everybody there. Also getting to meet, at least for maybe my first time with Mechanism and Breathing Theory, I believe was one of the maybe the Mayfest show, or the Space Coast Metal Fest show,
yes.
Where I personally got to meet all these people for the first time, and now we're playing together, and that was because of Chris Marsh. So to see that Al and Chris are together now and working on this documentary together, it's a great thing. I'm excited about it, and I'm excited that you're on there with them.
Thanks.
So
cool.
Would now be a good time for a shameless plug? Speaking of financial contributors,
Rod, there's never a bad time.
There's no such thing as a bad plug. Well, there is, but there isn't.
Don't forget to mention his GoFundMe.
There is a GoFundMe.
Because, like you said, I mean, this isn't just us. I mean, what did he say? There's going to be projected 5 volumes of this documentary, 5 more.
Yeah,
5 in total.
This is number 1 of 5.
So, right, and I mean, who knows? I mean, with the success of those, that might lead to more opportunities for other bands to get exposure as well.
Yeah, Al and I have already talked about the next probably 2 or 3 documentaries already, as far as like ideas, just throwing them around. And trust me, there's some. This is a huge snowball going down a hill. I'm telling you.
And when you contribute to that, to his GoFundMe, it's not just contributing to that particular project. I kind of see it as people are contributing to music, the local music scene, the Florida music scene. You know, I mean, they're supporting the future of everything, because you definitely want the first edition of this documentary to have a massive impact, to draw attention for the four that will be coming afterwards. So, what is his?
Well, just real quick, just to let you know, as far as part of the GoFundMe that is on the... If you actually look up the Alikour's actual documentary, you can go to any one of the actual bands performing for that show that we've already mentioned earlier. I'm sure you'll find a link. If not, just go ahead and message me personally on Chris Marsh Productions Facebook page, and I'll be more than happy to send it to you. But the awesome thing is, if you do make a donation to the actual documentary, Al has already quoted multiple times that he will put your name in the credits for being a donor to the actual documentary. So
right,
I'm all for
those are some
that.
of the big incentives.
Some of the incentives,
of the
yeah.
donation.
So, and that's a plus. So it's kind of neat when you see your name on the big screen, or even at your home and you're sharing it with your family. It's like, hey, just watching. It's not over yet.
Right.
And
I mean, essentially, it's like anything with crowdsource funding. You're essentially buying it before the product is released. But again, you also have that satisfaction of contributing towards something. So you really are almost taking a little bit of ownership in it as a fan, in addition to just consuming it. So it's a unique thing, and hopefully more people get on board with that. We've individually made some donations as well. So not only because we're in the thing, but we also believe in it, and we believe in what it's all about.
yeah, I actually gave Al some actual tools to use for the documentary. Actually, some actual things for him to actually use, because I know he had like a camera stand that wasn't working properly, and I'm like, well, I've got one at the house you can have.
Right.
I bought that through a garage sale, but I still gave it to him. Just it doesn't matter what it is. It could be cash donations, just the little things that are actually helping on the documentary. You'd be surprised at how much a little helps.
Don't worry, Al. Jarrett's coming.
There you go.
Give me a week.
I mean, in that case, all our problems are solved.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Well, yeah. I mean, I guess that's really exciting stuff. Talking about your involvement in the documentary, the expansion of Chris Marsh Productions,
And we also have some possible new merch coming out.
do you really?
Yes, I don't want to get into full details, but
Okay.
did you make that logo with the American flag with the CMP through the middle of it? Who did that?
Wasn't time.
Somebody said somebody from Vertebreaker did that.
I don't think so. If it was
Wait,
gonna,
if they loved it, yeah, I did it.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I don't know who did it, but if you're out there, please let me know who you are so I can thank you personally. And the first print of that shirt that might come out, you'll get the first one free.
there you go.
So yeah,
Right.
I need to know who you are. I will
Right.
find you.
I mean, typically, if there's anything like art-based that came from Vertebreaker, chances are that Roderick is the one who perpetrated that. So, yeah, I mean, I would love to take credit for it, but I can't in good conscience. But yeah, no. As far as all that goes, it sounds like CMP has a lot of exciting stuff coming up, as does the Alikour.
Yeah. And the cool thing is what a lot of people don't realize is there's always shows coming up, and it doesn't matter where it's at. And the cool part about me being Chris Marsh Productions is I like to identify that there are a couple different type of what we call promoters. This is something I need to get out there that most people don't realize.
Right.
There's going to be the people who actually work at a venue. Those are basically going to be probably the owners or the venue promoters. We all know who they are. We've all seen them, heard of them, talked to them. Then you're going to have the ones that are actually in the bands. Like myself, you are, like, to me, the promoter or the actual contact promoter for Vertebreaker, in a way. When I talk to somebody about Vertebreaker, we all have somebody we link to, in every band. And then there's going to be somebody like myself who's basically, I'm not in a band, and I'm not basically working for an independent, I'm just an independent. I just don't have a venue myself, but it's kind of worked out to where County Line's been my place. To have me do all this, it's really cool. I just enjoy it so much. But I need people to understand that I am truly an independent promoter. I don't work for just, like people say, oh, Chris, you work for Just Murderfly. No, I don't work for Just Murderfly. I mean, they are some of the greatest people I've worked with. But at the same time, if there's a show that's going to come up, and I'm thinking to myself, there's this band that I know out of like the Melbourne, Brevard County area that would probably suit that a lot better than this band, I'm going to throw a name out. You know, and I was talking to somebody else about that the other day, is like, we were coming up with some concept shows. You don't think I threw out Vertebreaker in one of them?
And we always appreciate it when you
see
do.
what I'm saying? For me, it's like, it's more of a, I always take a step back from the box that I'm in. You know, I always want to look outside the box rather than be in it. So for me, if there's a show coming up, and I would say, you know what, there's this great band that's been doing a lot of hard work, put them on it. You know, it's like trying to throw you under the bus for a good reason.
Right.
You know.
And you know, we've always appreciated when guys like yourself and guys like Alikour who are doing stuff and who want to make things happen. You know, we always appreciate it when you guys like us enough to include us and stuff like that. Even among these other bands who have been together for years and years and years and who have done a lot more than we have.
Yeah.
Again, it's not lost on us. You know, we're just incredibly honored to be a part of it.
See, for me, it's a lot more of like, you guys are basically, you're doing your thing. You're humbling yourselves. You're out there. You're working hard. You're going at it. And then, of course, there's going to be a whole broad spectrum of bands who are doing it on a regular basis. And you have everybody in the middle who's fighting over, you know, senior, what I would call seniority. And for me, if you're a brand new band, you're out there doing your thing, and you're just trying, you're not like begging people to do stuff, you're not throwing yourself at anybody, I most likely probably won't work with you. You know, that's why I'm here tonight, is because I like working with Vertebreaker. You know, there's a reason behind it, you know. So we've actually become kind of friends. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
We love you, Chris.
We're friends.
It's a big love fest over here right
Yeah.
now. Anyways, well, again,
weird.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're men and we can admit that to each
Yes.
other.
Have you ever seen a grown man naked?
And on that note, but obviously, thank you for coming by and sharing all the stuff and coming down here in person. That's really huge. Obviously, it was important to you, so we appreciate you coming down here. Real quick, where can people go to learn more about Chris Marsh Productions?
If you have a Facebook, just simply go to Chris Marsh Productions, and that's all you really need to do. You cannot miss me. There's probably a picture of a handsome young devil in a black and white actual picture, kind of pointing out, holding a mic. Just add me. I'll thank you for it. I am on Instagram, but I kind of limit that. Occasionally you can follow me. I don't have to follow you. You know how it works. And that's under C Marsh Pro 2005. I do not have a Twitter anymore, or I don't do any of that Pinterest or crazy stuff, but I'm always out and about at other shows. I always see you guys out there. If I'm not at County Line, I'm occasionally at Boondocks. I'm occasionally at Landfill Saloon, The Haven, Venue 578. Yeah, I'm here and there and everywhere. It's an old Johnny Cash thing.
Cool, man. All right, well, thank you very much for stopping by and kind of setting up this impromptu thing.
Thanks for having me.
Definitely, for those of you listening, hopefully the audio is coming through clearly. I know we're kind of doing this sort of just on the fly, but you know, hopefully you can hear everything that we're saying. Any final thoughts, guys?
I just personally appreciate it. Vertebreaker appreciates it, man. Thanks so much for putting us on your bills.
Definitely.
And always look for
forward
more
to the
stuff coming out
future.
from me too, because you never know what I talked about. There might be more. Even I can hide a few things.
Right. All right. Well, I think
Ryan,
You ready to jam out?
Ryan, does Ryan
I'm going to
have
stick around for
anything
you
to
guys to jam if that's okay.
yeah, that's
I brought my earplugs because I know somebody plays guitar really loud in the corner.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, there you go, man. That's thank you, Chris Marsh, for coming by here. For Jarrett Lang, Rod Bobo, and Ryan Cowell, I am Jack Connor. This has been the Phoenix Report on the twobadbrains.com. Thank you for listening.